Today we're gonna test a component using the REDHAWK Sandbox. So before we start, we're gonna assume that the component has been installed to the target SDR, and also that the component has one input port and one output port. To begin, we're gonna click on the terminal and we're gonna type Python to start a Python session. After we start the Python session, we're gonna import the sandbox to the session. So go ahead and write from aussie.utils import sb. After we import the sandbox, we're gonna create an instance of the component that you wanna test. So I'm gonna go ahead and name mine converter. Then you're gonna write this equals sb dot component, and then here you're gonna write the name of your component. In my case is converter float to short. After you create the instance of the converter that you want to test, we're gonna create a source component instance. So I'm gonna name the instance source sb component, and the name of the source I'm gonna use is seek source f. So before we continue, you want to make sure that your source component that you're using is compatible to the component that you are testing. For example, the component that you're testing has an input port that receive float type. So you want to make sure that your source outputs float. So there's a function called API that you can use to see all the properties of your instance. So in the case of source, we have sampling frequency, waveform frequency, amplitude, offset, and transfer size. So we can change the properties. So we're gonna change the sampling frequency to 9,000. And you can verify that it does change the property. Type in again source.api, and it's gonna show you that the current value changed. Also, there's a function called catalog from the sandbox, and it shows you all the components that you have in your target SDR. So after that, we're gonna connect the source to the converter. Then we wanna view the signal, so we're gonna create a plot data graph. In order to do that, the sandbox has to know the ID location, so I'm gonna write sb ide location, and here you're gonna insert the location of your IDE. In my case is home student Eclipse, and if you type the location right, it's gonna output it after that command. So then we're gonna create a plot port, a plot object to view the signal. So I'm gonna name mine plot speed dot plot. And now we're gonna start the sandbox. And finally, we're gonna connect the converter to the plot. And it's gonna open the REDHAWK plotter. And you can see the signal in real time. I'm gonna close the plotter and I'm gonna stop the sandbox. And I'm gonna Control T to exit the Python session. So that's about it. Thank you.